One of the most frustrating things about life is that feeling of not being where you want to be in your life, or maybe not being where you think you should be in life. You know, you have this vision, you have this thing that you want to be doing, this place that you want to be, but you feel stuck. You're just not making headway, just not getting there. Or maybe the vision's kind of blurry. Maybe you're like, well, not quite sure what it is I want to be doing or where I want to be, but I know it's not here. I know it's somewhere else, but you know, maybe it's a job that you're stuck in that you don't like, or a situation, you know, any situation in life that you feel stuck. It's frustrating, you know. And I lived with lived with some regrets for many years, you know, and I won't get into that in this video. And by the way, we're going to talk about recording in a second, but all of this kind of like ties into, you know, where this is going. I promise we're going somewhere. Axel's like, where do we go now? That's a horrible Guns N' Roses pun. Anyway, so what I was getting at though, guys, is I think we all have those times in life where we just feel overwhelmed or stressed, maybe on the edge of depression as well, because we're just not where we want to be in life. I'll rewind the clock here. In my 20s, most of my 20s, and even probably a year or two into my early 30s, I was making decisions that did not align with the vision that I had for my life. You know, I wanted to be this thing. I wanted to be a full-time musician. That's what I do today. I'm 47 years old, so this is way, way back. But looking back, you know, I always blamed circumstances or people or this or that. But I didn't take responsibility and accept the fact that, hey, my decisions that I'm making are not aligning with the vision that I have for my life. So I had to change that. I had to start making better decisions. And maybe you're at a point where maybe you're not making bad decisions, but the decisions you're making do not align with the vision you have for your life. You know, you can go through life and make good decisions that have a good outcome and still not get to where you want to be. Because again, those decisions have to align with what you want out of life. And a lot of times we make those decisions based on fear, or we don't make that leap, so to speak, based on fear that we might fall flat on our face, you know, or it's like, okay, well, I want to take that next step, but what if? And all these what ifs come into play. And a lot of times we kind of go into this survival mode, if you will. It's like, no, that's too risky. Don't do that. Stay right here where you're nice and comfortable. Maybe life isn't the way you wanted it, but you know what? You can just accept it. You can just deal with it, right? You really have to make the decisions. You have to take that step out and make those decisions that will align with your dream, with your vision, so that you can pursue that, you know, so that you can be there. And speaking of there, I'll tell you this, there is no there. I'm certainly not there wherever that is, you know, but a lot of times we have this goal in mind, like, okay, I need to be at this point in my life. You can reach those goals, but there's always another goal after that. Like, let's say you have a financial goal. You want to be debt-free by, I don't know, the end of this year or 2 years from now or whatever. So you write out the plan, you start making decisions that support that plan, that goal, that vision that you have, right? And you get there, okay? But then there's another there after that, maybe, and guys, I'm not a financial guru. I'm just kind of using this because, you know, we all want to be debt free, right? But maybe the next step after that is to open your own business, or maybe create a product and launch it. Or maybe it's like, okay, I'm debt free now. I can take that jump. I don't have to stay at this job that I feel trapped in. I can take a chance now because we've got a little cushion. We've got some playroom. But you know, that's just one of many types of goals that you might have. But what I'm getting at here, guys, is sometimes, and I'd say most of the time, you just have to press the record button. You just have to press the record button in life. That's what I did today, and we're going to get into a little recording techniques here. But that's what I did for this video. I wanted to put something out today, and I've got to hurry up because I want to get this posted. But I wanted to put something out there for you today, but I didn't quite know what. And the other things that I'm working on, the other big videos, I've got a couple big videos coming up. You guys know I'm working on this this complete tutorial on how to get started playing live solo gigs. I'm behind on that. I've got some other things, but those are very time consuming. I knew I couldn't get that done today, but I wanted to get something to you guys right now today. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to press record. So I just started recording, man. So it was pretty cool. But this is what came out of that. And I hope so far that you feel encouraged. I hope that I hope this video helps you. But you know, again, you've got to just press record. You've got to just run with it. You can't overthink. You can't worry. You can't say, well, what if this, what if that? You've got to just jump in sometimes and press record. I'm not saying do anything irresponsible, guys, but again, just press the record button and go with it. So speaking of recording, I recorded this. This is actually a clip, a little song. I re-recorded it, by the way, that I put out there on the Metal Mastermind channel. You guys know that's where I host my courses at. I'll put a link to that video in the description of this one, but I made a tutorial on coming up with vocal melodies, so I put that on that channel. But anyway, I re-recorded that. I'm like, let me record this using 2 guitars. So I plugged my Schroeder guitar there into the EVH amp. You know, I already have my mic kind of placed where I like it there. I like to set my mic, by the way. It's close to the grill, but it's off to the side of the cone. It's not like hitting the cone directly there. It's off to the side of that. That gives you, the further away you get from the cone, the little bit darker of a tone you get. You don't get that high-pitched fizzy sound if it's like right there on the cone. Some people like that, and to each their own. There's no wrong or right way, but I'm just explaining how I did it for this video. And there was a text that just came in. Oh, it's Ed Aborn just texted me. Ed Aborn's the drummer for Siren. I get my text on my computer, but I'll tell you that story in a second, so hang around. Anyway, so I like kind of in between the edge of the speaker and the cone, somewhere in between there, kind of get a little bit darker sound there. But yeah, I picked up the Schroeder, the Marksman 87. You guys have seen that on several videos here. That's the guitar Mike Schroeder made for me. He's an independent guitar maker out of Hamburg, Germany. Very, very cool dude. I was so like just ecstatic. He sent me a guitar. It was so cool. But I recorded a track of that. Then you saw where I panned each track, right? I opened up a second track, panned it. I like to hard pan my guitars. One goes to the left side, the other goes to the right. That gives you this just really cool, like real life in stereo type sound, because now you're recording a separate track. And of course I picked up another guitar for that second track because I want a little bit different tone here. I'm like, let me get a little bit different sound. I don't want the exact same sound. So I picked up my Ibanez RG, my Prestige RG 1570, recorded that next track, and you've got a little bit different sound in there. And of course, when you play the second track, you're never going to play it exactly like that first time. So you've got these really cool little nuances in between the 2 tracks, which makes it just sound awesome in my opinion. Then I picked up my LTD M1000 Deluxe and did a little lead there. I think I nailed something after like take 22 or something like that. That's how my solos go. I never nail it the first time. Sometimes I do, but I'll play it. You guys know how that goes. You play it and you don't like it, so you go back. Again, just press record and go with it. Well, I just press record several times. Again, about 22 times, but so that's how I recorded that. Of course, I recorded the bass. I just used some loops in Easy Drummer, dumped it down, and hey, there you go. I'll play that track at the end. Real quick, guys, before we end the video. So Siren, this band right here, they are based out of Brandon, Florida. Brandon, Florida was the death metal capital. They're not a death metal band. They're more like a melodic heavy metal. This area was really the death metal, and I'd say metal in general, the capital of the world in the 80s. Well, Siren, they were part of that scene, but they never quite made it. Well, 30 years later, they found out they had a fan base still in Germany, and this is back in, I think, 2017, when I connected with Ed Aborn, which I've got a texting back, because I'm going to have the guys on this channel. We're going to talk about their new album, but they just released a new album this week. It is called A Mercenary's Fate. It is an excellent album. They don't know I'm putting this out there, by the way, but I'm friends with the drummer Ed Aborn, and I'm good friends also with Doug Lee, the singer. You guys will see both of them. They've been on my channel before here, but you guys will see both of them more because I also have an interview with Jim Morris of Morris Sound Studio, and that was the big studio back then. Of course, he's still going strong today, but there's a lot of history behind this band that I want to share with you guys, and a lot of heavy metal history coming up. So I'm going to have them on the channel coming up soon, but I have a link, guys, to go check out their latest album, Siren, A Mercenary's Fate. I know there's a lot of Sirens out there, which is kind of weird, but Siren, US metal band, or just type in Siren, A Mercenary's Fate. You'll see the album pop up on your streaming source, or just click the link in the description of this video. I want to support them because, again, they're good friends of mine, and we've got a lot of really cool content coming that's based on this band and some recording techniques. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. And, you know, mainly I hope you're encouraged. I know we got kind of deep there for a minute. And those types of conversations can choke you up sometimes. They can just pound you in the heart, you know, but that's a good thing, you know, because you're alive, you're feeling this, and I want you to be encouraged. I want you to, again, just know that sometimes you got to make the leap, man. Sometimes you just press record and you go with it. It might not be perfect. It probably won't work out the way you think it's going to work out, but it will work out somehow because you're not going to quit. You're not going to stop. You're going to keep that vision. You're going to make decisions that support and align with that vision. You're going to press that record button and you're going to move forward, okay? So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. I always have a lot of cool stuff for you. And until the next video, guys, as always, keep it metal.